and welcome to today's video blog post here at Reckless Pixel Images. And it's August 15th, and it's in the evening now, but in the morning it was hot and steamy. It was probably already about 72 degrees at 6 o'clock when I left the house. And it was one of those special days I had the free time to get out and drive around on some of the country roads and just do some fun photography. Now, I only took images of two different subjects, but they were both very nice. But let's look at the first one here. So I'm over in Delaware Township, which is outside of a little town called Surgeonsville or Stockton on the west side of New Jersey. Now, this is actually on the farm where I grew up. Now, I don't live on this farm anymore, but the current residents have these Longhorns. They only have a couple of them. And to give you the idea of the setting, it's an old country road, and I'm traveling down that road, and this meadow sits about 10 feet above the road. So it's above the roof of my vehicle, but the sun, we're in early morning sun, and the sunlight is flashing between the big round hay bales that are lining the field down by the road. I see this guy, and it's just so serene and peaceful. It's an early morning country scene. It's just me and him out there, and of course I got the two dogs with me in the car. And luckily they can't see this guy up in the field or they would be barking, but it was just so peaceful and serene. And I backed the car up, I put the four-ways on, I got out, I had the camera on a camera strap in my right hand, and I used my two knees, my feet, and my free hand, and I scaled the very steep, about 10-foot bank, which was all wet, tall grass, and there was boulders, not boulders, but stones in there about the size of your fist. And I had to climb over those. I didn't see those, and get up over there, and I peek through the hay bales, and I see this guy. So I capture him, and as you can see, let's go to the technical. It's 1/400th of a second. It's 3.5 on the aperture, and you know me, I always shoot as clean as possible when I can at 50 ISO. And I had the 70 to 200 racked out at 200 millimeter, which compresses the scene, but I also needed to reach out and get him in there. So it's a nice scene, but there's a couple things wrong with it. Okay, well, one thing that's not wrong, but it's just the way it is this is the raw file right out of the camera, so it's flat. You know, that's how raw is. For those that don't know, it's flat. And then that's our job as a photographer nowadays, is if you shoot raw, you develop, or somebody's going to develop your image, and you do it digitally. So with this guy, he's got some problems, and the problems are these shadows and these highlights. You know, it doesn't match up, and his face is in the shadow. This back here is in a highlight. This is in a shadow. So what can we do with this? So I decided to, instead of going just a standard photojournalistic edit, which would be just, this is what it is, I said, let's make it a creative edit. And one of the things that's missing, okay, the white balance is off. We're shooting an auto white balance, so the image has just kind of there's no sunlight. You see here, he's got a shadow going across here. So we know we're in bright early morning sunlight. Okay, look how contrasty all this is, but there's no yellow. And you know morning sun is yellow when it's bright like this. So that's the white balance is off. We're going to fix that. But I said, you know what? Let's just make it a full creative edit, and let's get right down to the edit. So here is the edit, and I'm going to put the full screen on. So going over here, I changed the white balance, which put some more yellow sun on him. But then I also added some sun up in here with white balance. Now, because I didn't have my UV filter, or because I had my UV filter on, it cut in the original photo. It takes all the haze away. See, there was this morning haze, and the humidity is as humid as it was this morning. There's all this haze there, and that was part of the aesthetics of the whole scene. Okay, now there was no haze in the foreground, but I put just a little bit in, just to. It's a creative edit. I'm allowed to do that. But this haze back here, I put in, but that haze was there. I'm just bringing it out, so to speak, with the raw. So the detail, because I shot in raw, I'm able to recapture detail that just wasn't there when it initially comes in on the download. So we got the hair, we got the texture of these horns here. We can even see the flies. See the flies on this poor guy? Oh my gosh. That's how hot and humid. So that's the edit, creative edit. Very simple, probably about 10 minutes in Photoshop, if that. And same image, just cropped in. And you can see kind of how the compression takes effect from the 200 millimeter. I mean, this grass is kind of tall, but it's not as big as him. It looks like he's like a small cow in this big grass. But all in all, I still love the image. And it's just a lot of detail there. Okay, everybody. So check me out. RecklessPixel.com is the website. Facebook.com/RecklessPixel to get to me on over Facebook. And from the website, actually the website's the best place to go to because you can see all my stuff, and I have all my social media. There's a whole page dedicated to social media. It says social media. So you click on that button, takes you to everything. RecklessPixel.com, Lens Wizard on Instagram. This image here will probably be the Instagram image, and this one will probably be the one that goes up on the other social media like Facebook and stuff like that. Okay, everybody, until next time, have a great day, and thank you.